Social media today is used by over 2/3 of the global population for 2 hours, 20 minutes a day. We use multiple platforms. We may check LinkedIn for career opportunities, browse Instagram for travel inspiration, and scroll through TikTok for some light entertainment. Social media satisfies a range of needs for all of us: networking, shopping, entertainment, and everything in between. There's something for every demographic, for every generation. You can message your friends, you can watch a how-to video, you can launch a new business. Social media has changed the world, and it's changed us. But the platforms often come under scrutiny for societal issues, for the spread of misinformation, disinformation, and online harassment. The mental health issues around social media are complex. Even those working in social media, we're often sharing memes and jokes about just how challenging it is, whether that's garnering internal support or keeping up to date with the ever-changing algorithms. Social media can get a bad rap, but we need to remember the good it can do. It's fundamentally transformed how we connect, discover, and consume information. Mobile phones. I bet most of you are reaching for it at points throughout the day. You start your day with a scroll on social media. You probably end your day that way as well. We'll be lost without them in our pockets. When we post something on social media, we await a reaction. We're looking for engagement. A well-crafted social media post aims to get people to do something. And when we have followers on social media and they do something, they like, comment, or share, their followers see it. It creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond that original audience. Social media has changed us. It's changed the world, but we do also need to make more changes together. Let me share a few examples of social media being used for good. This summer saw the 10th anniversary of the Ice Bucket Challenge. Did anyone here do that? Pour a cold bucket of water over your head? Did you wait in anticipation for someone to tag you into the challenge? It was a global fundraiser. It accelerated groundbreaking research, care, and support. It's a ripple effect that turned a quite simple, quirky challenge into a global movement, and it raised over $115 million for ALS research. 10 years later, it's still making an impact. And in 2020, Black Lives Matter. Through social media, it gained unprecedented momentum. The hashtag created ripples that spanned the globe, mobilizing millions to march, protest, and demand change. Social media has created job roles that didn't exist. Social media didn't exist when I first started working in marketing. Now, there's more than 50 million people that call themselves a content creator. Over 2 million of them have it as a full-time job. It can generate enough income for that across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And influencer marketing, where many brands are now shifting their marketing budgets, was worth $21.1 billion in 2023. That's tripled since 2019. Social media has the opportunity to be the first point of contact between brands and customers. And when that's handled well, it can increase customer loyalty and trust. Social media has also enabled us to bring a human side of ourselves to content, to businesses. There's many people that are building personal brands online. These benefits are great, but as I said, social media can get a bad rap. And why is that? Well, there's some psychological and behavioral concepts that can shed light on this. Humans more likely to notice and remember negative information than positive. It's how it works. So, as agents of change, using social media for good, let's try and find positive stories and share those. I once worked with a wonderful CEO who spent his time, focused his efforts on seeking out LinkedIn content from his employees. He engaged with it. He commented on it. It supported their talent acquisition and retention, and I, amongst many others, we wanted to work for him. Interactions on social media, they trigger the release of dopamine. And unfortunately, because of the negative bias, that's often associated with negative comments, controversial comments. But if we can do something positive, we can get a hit that's about pleasure and reward. So let's think about finding positive content on social media, amplifying kindness. And very often, that happens within communities. There are some wonderful communities on social media right now, whether that's Facebook or LinkedIn or some more niche platforms. For example, there's one that absolutely perfect for this time of year is supporting parents when their child leaves home for university. The world seems to operate within echo chambers. We align ourselves, we follow users, we follow accounts, we see them in our algorithmic feeds when content is aligned with our interests and behaviours. And that confirms existing views. It's naturally quite narrow, and we can tend to ignore or dismiss anything that contradicts our worldview. So I encourage you, as using social media for positive good, that you look for credible sources, that you fact check, you spread trust. And one way of doing this is to look for content, accounts, users to follow, to increase your inputs, to break the echo chamber. I've done this myself recently, and it's made such a huge difference to my understanding of the world. Another challenge of social media, and it is being addressed, is that accounts can be anonymous. People can post without sharing who they are, which means that may be negative. It can be more aggressive when people aren't actually accountable. So we need to make sure we understand this, that if you feel comfortable, you call out toxic behaviour, that you think about how you can address this, and if there is misinformation and harassment, you don't feed it further. Social comparison and envy. We all know if we look on social media, we see what we think is a perfect lifestyle, an idealized version of other people's lives. And that can make us feel negative in terms of our emotion and attitude. So let's think about being more authentic on social media, sharing vulnerabilities if we're comfortable to do so, and supporting others when they're sharing their successes and their challenges. Let's think about if we had a world without social media. Important issues might remain in the shadows. Voices of marginalised communities might go unheard. Social media bridges those gaps. It gives everyone an opportunity to learn, to be heard, and to make a difference. Governments are doing some work towards this. Platforms themselves are doing some work towards this, but we need to be responsible users too. We can be agents of change. We can impact a ripple, be a force for good, and I encourage you to do that. Harness that power. Thank you.